All right, everyone. So in our third video, we're going to look at flying on snow. And so this is a poem. I don't like how the poet or how they presented this to you because it made it really difficult to summarize. I probably would have stopped at here. Then I probably would have stopped. That's tough. Probably here. And then probably here. It doesn't matter. It just understanding what the entire poem is about is what was really important here. Hopefully on the actual as well, they'll give us separate stanzas and not make it this confusing. But the author uses the word flying in the title. So we're just looking at the title, Flying on Snow. He likes the floating appearance of the snow, moves down the hill at a quick pace, has an interest in winged creatures, is thrown from the sled into the air. C is a throwaway. I would assume that D is a throwaway, so maybe just A. And then if you read the poem, you can see, now this guy likes to slide down really fast, right? He's going really fast down this hill because the snow allows that. Reread lines 4 through 5. My sled and I are like one creature. We lean together in the turns. Whenever it says to read lines or sentences or paragraphs, it is also important to look at something before it. So here's line 4 and 5. That's what we want to focus on. But before we focus on those, let's look at maybe the 3 lines before. Let's look at the 3 lines after. So the ground rushes up to meet us as we hurtle down the slippery hill at lightning speed. My sled and I are like one creature. We lean together in the turns. Shifting position to go faster still. This time, surely, we'll make it all the way to the splat. So based on those lines, the speaker's closeness to the sled shows the speaker is trying to maintain control of the sled, because if you look here, he doesn't keep control. He actually, right? He actually falls off of the sled, and then they're going to try a second time. Okay. Also, though, we lean together in the turns. If you're leaning together with something, it is showing you control. You're trying to make sure that you don't lose control, because if you lean the opposite way, you're going to lose control of your sled. If you've ever sledded before or done anything has required you to go in the same direction as the thing that you're using, you want to be more in line with it, more in control of it than going the other way. I've seen other people try to pick learning to increase the speed of the sled. That's not really what he's doing here. Nothing in this first stanza really do you see him trying to increase the speed of the sled. This is again why I wish that we had better stanzas here, but nevertheless we got what we were given. So that's what I would look at here. Please make sure you're looking at the before and after the lines that it asks you to look at. With this one, it's the same idea. In line 18, we don't just want to look at line 18, which is right here. For some reason, it's extra long. I don't understand that either. But anyways, with mitten-clad hands, I wipe away the snow and struggle to my feet. I am no longer a graceful flying creature. I lumber across the snow like a tired bear. Walking is a chore. So the best answers here are stumble and trub, bound, glide, and leap all mean the same thing. All are synonyms of graceful and flying. They are very similar to those two words, so that should have also been a clue. A lot of us don't know what the word trudge means. Trudge just means to walk really, really slowly. I mean, think about it. I trudge through the snow. Okay. I leap across the snow. I mean, and then just look here, right? I'm no longer a flying creature, so I leap across the snow. I glide across the snow. I bound across the snow. No, none of those work after like a tired bear, I leap across the snow. Like a tired bear, I glide across the snow. Like a tired bear, I bound across the snow. So that's why if you don't know what a word trudge means, just see what the other words that you do mean to try to maybe help you with process of elimination. If you do remember trudge, I think it was like a week 3 vocabulary word, then you would have moved right along on this one and had no struggles. Which line suggests that the speaker has been down the hill in the past? You don't necessarily need to look at the poem for this, but I mean, the ground rushes up to meet us. Nothing really shows me that I've done this before. This time, when I say this time, does that not mean that there's been a time before? Surely we'll make it. So this time, I must have not made it last time, but this time, I'm going to make it. With each step, I sink into the snow. That doesn't show me anything. Near the top, it grows steep. Maybe. But I like this one more. This time, surely we will make it. What will the speaker most likely do next? Well, so let's come down to the bottom, right? Near the top of it, it grows steep. This is the tricky part that sends the careless sledder right back down. There, we've made it. My sled and I, we have a brand new chance to fly. So what are they going to do? If we have a brand new chance to fly, well, flying for him is sliding down this hill. And if he's made it down to the bottom, he's got a brand new chance to do it, right? He's going to continue to sled on the hill. He's going back up again because he's having the time of his life, correct? What is the meaning of vice in this sentence? A small vice in Craig's writing style is his habit of not explaining this idea, but he can improve his skills with increased effort. I think these are just questions that have nothing to do with any passages, so we're just going to go through them in the poem one. So a vice, if you don't know, is something that is known as a bad practice. But even here, a small vice in Craig's writing style is his habit of not explaining his ideas, but he can improve his skills with increased effort. So he has this habit, this bad habit, right? This bad practice of not explaining his ideas. It's not an unusual activity. It's not a confusing situation, and it's not an interesting concept, right? Because interesting concept would be positive. We're not talking about something positive. We're trying to increase or improve what he's doing. An unusual activity to me also would kind of go into trying to a positive thing. So more positive than negative. So it's just confusing or bad practice, and hopefully we were just able to eliminate it with the word habit here being a practice. Excuse me. Which word comes from a root that means to try. So a lot of people miss this one. And look, if you don't know what the root of any of these words means, that is okay. I think that you, for the most part, have seen all 4 of these words and know what these 4 words mean. If I put each of them in a sentence, you would know what I am saying. You may not be able to come right out and say, oh yeah, that's what that word means, but you have an idea. So when you look at these 4 words, which of them means trying something? Definition to me means to explain the meaning of something. Experiment to me means to test something. Adjustment means to change something or alter something. And construction means to build something, right? Construct, build, adjust, change, experiment, test, define, explain. And what's another word for test? You got it, try. So just looking at the 4 words, which one most means try here? That's what I would be looking at, okay? All right, so we'll be jumping into our next video here in a second. So this is it for the poetry, and we will be going into the Lion's Den next. All right, everyone.